Start with the world as it was just before February 2026. The global economy was slowly piecing itself back together, entirely dependent on a continuous, uninterrupted flow of cheap energy across international borders. Then, the United States and Israel executed a massive, coordinated air campaign against Iranian targets, deploying overwhelming conventional military force into the region. The international community immediately braced for a traditional military exchange, a contained, regional conflict fought with jets, missiles, and bases. The actual damage spread much further. The kinetic shock of those bombs bypassed military installations entirely and struck directly at the nervous system of global finance. Global energy markets reacted instantaneously. Within hours of the initial airstrikes, the price per barrel of oil spiked. Expensive oil means expensive everything. That sudden energy spike cascaded through the supply chain, threatening to freeze international manufacturing and halt transport networks worldwide. Major financial institutions quickly ran the numbers and issued stark warnings. The system could not absorb this sudden cost, locking in a severe global recession. A targeted air raid successfully paralyzed the global economy in less than a day. To understand the mechanics of that freeze, we have to look at the immediate military response. On the ground in the Middle East, Iran launched a swift, multi-front retaliation against U.S. and ally military bases. They deployed a massive, highly coordinated barrage of unmanned drones and precision missiles. This relies heavily on asymmetric warfare, a strategy where a smaller force uses cheap, easily manufactured weapons to exhaust a technologically superior, much more expensive military. While drone strikes capture the headlines, Iran's most devastating asymmetric weapon relies entirely on local geography. This isolates the Strait of Hormuz, the singular exit to the open ocean. At exactly 21 miles wide, it forces ships into constrained lanes. With 20% of global daily oil funneling through, Iran only needs to declare this tight space a danger zone. The moment there is a credible threat of a drone or missile strike in those narrow lanes, maritime insurance companies immediately refuse to cover the vessels. The risk of losing a multi-million-dollar ship and its cargo is simply too high. Without insurance, it is illegal and financially impossible to sail. Global energy companies are forced to instantly halt shipments or find entirely new routes, triggering the exact supply shortages that hit the markets. By holding a 21-mile geographic bottleneck hostage, a single regional power exercises veto power over the entire global supply chain. The international community is currently engaged in frantic peace talks, attempting to de-escalate the crisis before the economic damage becomes permanent. The reality on the ground contradicts that diplomacy. U.S. leadership has explicitly stated, quote, "We are in a war." This creates a highly dangerous stalemate. Diplomacy is failing because neither side is willing to surrender their primary strategic leverage. In 2026, global conflict relies less on mass troop deployments and more on the intentional severing of vital international economic arteries. We have built a perfectly optimized system for global trade. That efficiency creates a deep vulnerability, leaving every nation on Earth susceptible to a single disruption halfway across the globe. Until the Strait of Hormuz is secured, either through a diplomatic breakthrough or a massive military escalation, the standoff holds. In a highly interconnected global economy, geography serves as the ultimate weapon of mass disruption, pulling every citizen on Earth into the crossfire.